Right now, if you're paying, 3-4% interest, you're paying 3%, you're getting a subsidy to own the property. Yeah, there's a lot of instances in human history where people find a trade that's working in the short term, or find an investment that's working in the short term, and they feel like they're married to their investment, or they're married to their trade or their stock. Well, none of those financial assets are married to you. You might be loyal to them, but they're not loyal to you. You might be, real mushy-hearted about them. They don't feel anything for you. So they don't care who owns them. They don't care what happens. They don't think at all. They just, the market does what the market does. And, the market is just a reflection of the taste and preferences of all of humanity at a given time, And, their purchasing decisions and the perception of the future of those purchasing decisions. So, I don't know, if you don't understand history, you're fucked. And if you don't understand, the interrelation, as you said, Omar, if you don't understand the interrelatedness of those key areas in the economy of, how to build a business, how to invest in businesses, and, how to make real estate investments, make money from that as well, it's the easiest place to have leverage and one of the safest places to have leverage in any asset class in the world. And inflation just does this thing and takes care of a lot of the interest expense for you. Sometimes you get a subsidy. Right now, if you're paying, 3-4% interest in a time when the, stated inflation is something like 5.5% and real inflation is closer to 10%, you're paying 3%, you're getting a subsidy to own the property. The bank's giving you a subsidy because, is it because the bank's dumb? No, the bank's not dumb. They're borrowing the money for nothing. Because they're paying people in a savings account, like 1/100% or 1/10% maybe. They're borrowing the money for nothing. They're re-lending it out with a secure asset that they know that, inflation adjusted is going to be worth more in the future. And so as long as they have an okay down payment and you have an okay credit score, people feel comfortable. The banks will feel comfortable giving you the money because they're just making a spread on the money. The more they can borrow out, the more they make. So the bank don't give a shit about what inflation is in that context. So, right now you get a subsidy buying properties, and especially if these, abnormally high inflation rates persist for any amount of time, it's just a subsidy in your favor. And again, I'd go back to even if that changes, and if the Fed actually hit their 2% inflation target, and you were paying 3 or 4% interest, well, your real interest is 1 to 2%, and you're still doing great there. That the revenues you could have from rental properties or, just land appreciation, et cetera, over time could be tremendously more than that. So the system's in your favor. If you know how to use it, the system's in your favor. And, there's a reason that wealthy people create more wealth. They say, oh, the rich just get richer. Well, no fucking shit. They got a few dollars to begin with because they weren't fucking stupid. They got a few dollars to begin with because they weren't dumb. They were already pretty smart. All right, so yeah, the rich get richer. And, if you're willing to stay dumb, then, just expect to be poor. Expect to be if you're willing to make the effort for a little education, but not a lot, I'd expect to have a little then. Expect to have a little bit in the world, but not much. That's life. That's just life, man. So success is not for everybody. Most people aren't willing to work those 10, 12-hour shifts day after day and go think about their other projects. Most people aren't willing to do that. Most people aren't willing to learn anything in any significant depth. They just want to find a little, like a secret little trade that's working, and pretend that it's going to work forever, and then feel shocked when it doesn't work later on, and you go bankrupt or close to bankrupt, and then you don't know what to do with yourself. So yeah, I don't want to feel smug about anything I know. I just want to learn more stuff every day. I want to learn something new every day. You don't have time to feel smug about it. Just got to learn new things every day. And, your competition is going to pass you by. As soon as you stop learning, immediately, you could be the best in the world at something. Literally, you could be the best person in the world at something. And the moment you stop learning, your competition's forever closing that gap, Some of them were closing that gap at a faster rate than you were learning. And when you stop learning, the rate of the gap closing accelerates, and they're going to pass you by. And you're not going to be the best for long. You got to be learning something new every day. Every day. It's got to be uncomfortable. You got to be learning at an uncomfortably fast pace. People that don't do that, I like it when my competition is lazy. Makes me look even better by comparison.
If you are or on your way to be a millionaire or multimillionaire, probably going to want to spend time with my clients. Probably going to want to have a personal relationship with me so we can accelerate that process, get you living up to your maximum potential, earning your maximum wage. You're going to want to click that follow button. You're going to want to click that bell and get notifications. Tune in every Friday, tune in every Monday. You're going to love what you see. I look forward to having you as a client in the future.